680's Richard Southern joins us now. Richard, Canadian mortgage rates are all over the map. Some banks have increased their fixed rates by varying amounts, and others haven't even touched them. What's going on?
Yeah, it's quite something. We haven't seen a divergence like this in quite some time. Of course, we had a big hike by TD on Friday, and some banks, as you say, have closely followed suit. Some haven't. So here's what we're looking at right now: a smorgasbord of mortgage rates. So there's TD Bank now with a 5-year fixed of 5.59%, up a very big 45 basis points. Royal close behind, 5.34%. CIBC moving slightly higher, up to 5.14%. Scotia and BMO haven't touched their mortgage rates. And according to experts, Francis, they say this is some real gamesmanship we're seeing here with TD and Royal maybe seeing how far they could push the market. About half of all Canadian mortgages are believed to come up for renewal this year, so the banks are kind of jockeying to try and make the most money they have. So bottom line here, it's going to pay a lot to shop around if you're a first-time buyer, if you're getting a new mortgage.
You know, it's a sign of the times in the publishing biz. So newspaper boxes, I don't know if you've noticed, but they're disappearing from Toronto streets at a dramatic rate. It's actually also hurting the city financially.
It is. When was the last time you put a quarter in, Francis, and picked up a paper in that way?
Yeah, no.
No, it's unfortunate in some ways, but indeed, we got some statistics in from Toronto's street furniture program that keeps track of all this, and they said that the number of newspaper boxes is down 77% from 12 years ago. There's just over 3,600 left in the city of Toronto, and they actually pay the city to be there, so it's resulted in the loss of almost $1 million in annual revenue for City Hall. Of course, very much a sign of the times in the publishing industry, with advertisers opting to go on Facebook. We've seen their advertising revenue jump. Even Amazon, Francis, that reported earnings a couple of days ago, they're not only making money from selling their products, they're making big money from putting advertisements on their website. That's where the ad dollars are going these days.
Yeah. You know those $25 gift cards Loblaws was handing out to make up for fixing the price of bread? Well, it may have actually also helped boost their profits, which I'm surprised about.
Yeah, so you're going in there with your free gift card. Well, maybe we'll buy a few extra things while we're in there. So Loblaws in with earnings today, and profit was up in the last 3 months to $377 million, or 98 cents per share. Company said that there were $17 million in redemptions from those cards. At the same time, Loblaws says it plans to, in its words, blanket the country with online grocery services. So they're going to vastly expand their delivery for groceries. They're also going to expand their click and collect program, which allows you to order groceries online and pick them up. There'll be 500 additional sites where you can pick them up. So that's really all we're hearing from grocers right now, is how they're going to get more into the online and the delivery space, Francis.
Some Canadian airlines are gearing up to resume flights to Saint Martin and Puerto Rico following last year's devastating hurricanes.
Yeah, big hurricane sweeping through there last September, which really devastated the tourist industry. But Air Transat now says it will resume flights from Toronto to Saint Martin and Puerto Rico just before Christmas of this year. So they're going to do sort of their winter seasonal program again down there. Air Canada, too, says it's monitoring the situation on the islands, but is expecting to operate its normal schedule this coming winter. No word yet from WestJet or from Sunwing. A report found that last fall's hurricane season resulted in the loss of some 826,000 visitors to the Caribbean, which also resulted in the loss of $741 million in spending down there. So a lot of lost jobs down at those Caribbean resorts, but they're trying to get things back together now, Francis.
Oh, well, that's good for them. You know, walking around Toronto today in the heat, I saw lots of people with iced coffees, but the warmer weather probably makes selling hot coffee a little tricky. But Starbucks is turning to a cold milk foam topping, and I don't know about this.
I want to try it. So this is, you know, they've been foaming milk for a long time at Starbucks, right? But this is a completely cold foam that they're offering now. That's what we're looking at here. It's a kind of like the head on a Guinness beer. It doesn't dissipate or dissolve into the drink. Has a similar mouthfeel to kind of like a marshmallow topping on a key lime pie. It is made in a blender. They sweeten it. They caffeine infuse it, Francis. You can get it on any drink you want, but certainly designed for their cold drinks, which are very popular now, iced type of coffees. In fact, Starbucks says they're expecting to generate half of their revenue from cold drinks going forward.
I'm very particular about my foam, so
only the best foam for Francis D'Souza.
That's right. So studies are showing that we're spending more time at home now, and you're looking at some of the weird and useful household items people are buying up.
Kind of strange, but very. You're going to say, I want one of these. I know you will. So how about like a USB electrical plug? So you got your regular prongs. You got one of those?
Of course.
Well, very nice, Francis. So, you know, you don't have to worry about a dongle or anything like that for your cell phone or your laptop. That's $20. Next, a laundry backpack, especially useful for those in an apartment, $15.99. put all your clothes on your back, haul them down to the laundry room. Electric drying rack, so no more damp laundry, no more hanging laundry on the back of chairs or on the couch, Francis. $15 for that, $19 for that. Next, the Adventure Piggy Bank. I like this. You put your loose change, your loose bills in that, and then at the end of the year, you got some money for your vacay.
But you got to save up change to buy it. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Don't confuse the story with facts.
Sorry.
Next, we got the magnetic spice rack for your fridge. You put that on your fridge, so it saves a lot of counter space. $50 for that. It's pretty cool. And you know what? A lot of people are doing this. It's the Scarecrow for your balcony. It keeps the pigeons away, Francis.
Oh.
You got pigeons landing on your balcony? No, you put this little guy there.
Not unwanted guests?
No. if you're adverse to scarecrows, you put one of those there, and yeah.
Scowl the owl is looking at you, yes. All right, thank you,
There
Richard.
you go. Thanks, Francis. Have a good
See
one.
you tomorrow. Here's Pam Seidel.